It marked the end of a 6-month standoff. Eurozone finance ministers have finally signed off on €8.3 billion in rescue funds to Greece, easing one of the deepest strains in the bailout programme since it was stitched together by Athens, its European peers and the International Monetary Fund 4 years ago. Eurozone finance ministers say the bailout tranche will be divided into 3 separate payments, starting with €6.3 billion by European nations at the end of the month. The IMF is expected to disburse an additional €3.6 billion by mid-May, coming just in time to help repay a massive €9.3 billion owed in bond repayments to the European Central Bank at the end of that month. The payment has been held up since September, with creditors insisting that Athens had not delivered on a rash of promised reforms. Dispute over how much extra money would be needed to recapitalize Greece's banks also stalled the negotiations for months. Lenders, however, gave in after the government narrowly approved a grab bag of reforms over the weekend, a move that cost it a loss of lawmakers bucking at added austerity. German Chancellor Angela Merkel is expected to fly into Athens next week to personally cheer on the Greek Prime Minister for sticking by the hugely unpopular reforms. But questions over the viability of Greece's ailing economy still loom. Once the latest rescue payment is made to Greece, the EU's portion of a €172 billion bailout will only have about €2 billion remaining. That in itself raises huge concerns over how longer Athens can go without a third bailout. Greece hopes to return to international markets by the end of the first half of this year, raising money from 3- or 5-year bonds it plans to issue. With a crushing debt, however, still strangling the country's finances, the government is pushing for added debt relief, something creditors say they aren't prepared to start discussing until after local elections here in May. Anthi Karasava, Athens.